Hi friends, long time no see. Apologies, had to be away for some things. But today's talk is triggered by an incident which happened yesterday. One of my seniors and a serving professor in University Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences lost his life to cancer after a valiant fight of over 8 years. And that triggered a thought process about something which has always been bothering me and I'm sure has bothered many of us and especially the healthcare fraternity, doctors and the healthcare guys. Because this fight once goes beyond a stage, mankind has yet to win. In most of the cases, the end result is the same. And the numbers are very, very discomforting. The other day, somebody sent me a WhatsApp message that was a half year cover page story of Times of India, which was talking about these statistics. They were quoting WHO, quoting about India. And it says that 1 in 10 Indians is going to suffer from cancer, and 1 in 15 deaths are going to be caused by cancer. Now, that is serious. Not that these statistics are growing, not that we are not aware of it, not that people are not working on this problem, but what is alarming is that the numbers are growing, the patients getting affected are growing, the number of patients getting treated pro rata in terms of percentages is going down. Percentage of people who are succumbing to cancer is growing, is going up. Now that is where my worry lies. So one can look at great technical things, the biochemistry, the microbiology, the pathology, genetics, I don't know, blah, blah. Or one can, as a layman, look at what has changed, which is causing these numbers. I mean, that is more like a generalist, commonsensical approach. And I'm a strong proponent of that. You know, every few years, one must review everything which is all the data, all the information, including the technical information available. One should, one must, or someone must review all that from a commonsensical point of view. Because sometimes it so happens that too many specialists, looking at too many micro things, they lose sight of the common sense. So one, that is my appeal. If you think you can throw some light on what has changed. So my question is not what is causing cancer. I mean, it may be a technical question. If you have the answer, please do contribute, do share that. But what has changed is not all that technical. We can always look back and find out how people used to live earlier, what is it that has changed now, and can be a probable reason of the higher incidences of cancer. So let me make the beginning. You may contribute if you like. I guess that we have incorporated and introduced a lot of artificiality in our lives. That is one big thing which has changed. Now, what is artificiality? Take, for example, artificial air. What do you mean by that? When you enclose that air which is there in your room and artificially start processing it through your air conditioners or even dehumidifiers, that is artificial air. Somebody says we are filtering it, there's HEPA filter. Somebody says we kill the bacteria and the fungus and the viruses and all that. But still, it is being done artificially. Nature is not doing it. We have conspired to do it. That is one. Then the next basic thing is water. So water, of course, we source it from natural sources, but then we start processing it. We pump it into a reservoir, put some chemicals, put minerals, chlorinate it, and things like that. And when we are doing all that, another thing which is happening to water is that we are also exposing it excessively or additionally to all kind of oxidative processes, which is also again adding artificiality. Then let's talk about food. All kinds of processed foods, preserved foods, artificially flavored foods, packaged foods, at times artificial foods. There's nothing natural about them. They are purely synthetic or artificial. Then there is something called communication. I won't call the communication artificial, but the means to communicate are artificial. We are taking the route like this one, or we are consuming radiations while we communicate. So that is artificial. I think these are a few of the things which have been introduced to our lives recently. I mean, for the life of a nation or mankind is fairly recent, about 50, 60 years, something like that. I don't know when the first air conditioners were installed for a common man in India, but that is my guess. So that has definitely changed. And there are reports, literature about all of these things affecting directly or indirectly our health, our bodies, and there is some correlation with cancer. So that is what I needed to tell you, just to set the ball rolling. It doesn't end here. What I'm attempting to do is to get your views. Why do you think the incidence of cancer is increasing? And if you notice, I have not touched upon the already proclaimed offenders like smoking or chewing of tobacco and things like that. Of course, they are also part of the problem, which of course can be added. You must add. I mean, I'm not here to not add, which is obviously there in the list. So just share. Tell me what do you think about it. But the idea is also to tell you, or rather warn you, that 1 in 10 is going to get cancer, which means we have a very, very high chance of getting it. And chance of one of our family members getting it is rather very high. Till it was happening to others, it was not our problem. But clearly now it is going to happen to us. So clearly our problem. Let us collaborate on thoughts levels, communicate, talk to each other, understand. And people who can make a difference, healthcare guys, researchers, scientists, leaders, all kinds of leaders, not just political. Why leaders? Because they can really influence their followers to follow better practices, to do some right things, not do some wrong things. Let us all collaborate and get rid of this. Till now, I mean, cancer is winning. I have no intention not to fight it. Seek your partnership. Thank you very much. Till next time, have a good day.